Hello, hello, it's a brand new day. Let's get through tonight and we'll be okay. Let's talk about who may be dealing with some ice in today's Friday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. And hello to you. It's Friday, the 21st of February, 2025. I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldy in Chief David Reimer. We've got one more day of really cold weather to get through before the climb up that magical temperature, whatever floats your boat. Weather roller coaster begins. Boy, was that a mouthful for me to get through. It's Friday, what do you expect? But the clear and present indications are get through today, a little bit tomorrow, and then guess what? Spring's here, and it's going to stay around for quite a while. Let's just talk about it. Here's the high-res rapid refresh model for today, tonight, into Saturday. Now, we are going to see an uptick in showers across the southern third, the southeastern third of Texas today, tonight, through Saturday. We could even see some heavier rain and a few storms Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, southeast Texas, the Golden Triangle. Severe thunderstorms in terms of big hail, wind, tornadoes are not expected. Maybe a little bit of isolated flooding in far southeast Texas where we could pick up some heavier rains tomorrow. Overall, not a big deal. What could be a problem late this afternoon, tonight through Saturday morning, is that we're going to see some of that moisture extend into south central Texas, the Brazos Valley, central Texas, the hill country, even parts of southern north Texas. Why is that a problem? Well, temperatures are going to be below freezing, 28 to about 33 degrees Fahrenheit. And where we have temperatures below freezing, that rain is going to fall in the form of freezing rain or freezing drizzle. Now, we're not talking about a lot of ice. We're not talking about a lot of rain where that happens, but it's going to probably be enough to cause issues on bridges, overpasses, untreated roadways. See, that speech impediment can come out from time to time. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes it does. Just goes to prove why I didn't go into a career as a television meteorologist, but it's okay. We're just here on YouTube. So, again, dinner time tonight through mid-morning Saturday, we may have some slick bridges, overpasses, untreated roads in places like Waco, Bryan College Station, Temple, Belton, Austin, Round Rock, Georgetown, New Braunfels, San Antonio. We could even have some issues down into parts of south central Texas, south of San Antonio, up northwest into the hill country, parts of central Texas. This isn't going to be necessarily a 100% widespread, everybody's going to have ice sort of an event. This may be more scattered and blotchy. Drizzle. But where we do have that occur, we probably are going to have some slick bridges, slick overpasses, and even some roads, especially untreated roads. So that's something we are going to message that, yeah, we could have some slick spots tonight with black ice. So please keep that in mind. Temperatures will rise above freezing mid-morning Saturday, and that will bring an end to any additional ice accumulations as temperatures rise into the upper 30s and lower 40s. Ice is not expected in southeast Texas, the Golden Triangle, the Coastal Bend, places like that. There is a small chance that we could even have a little bit of freezing drizzle up closer to parts of, maybe even the southern sides of the DFW Metroplex. That's a much lower probability and one hardly even worth mentioning, but we'll keep an eye on it just in case. As we continue on, here's the forecast ice totals for tonight. And again, we're not looking at a lot here. A glaze, a hundredth of an inch, maybe a few hundredths of an inch. It's going to be enough, though, to cause probably some issues on bridges, overpasses, maybe even some surface streets where we see it. Now, this map shows a relatively broad-stroked region of ice potential. It is probably going to be a lot more splotchy than this. It's not going to be probably this entire region, but it shows Gonzales, Round Rock, Austin, San Marcos, San Antonio, Kerrville, Pleasanton, maybe even Beeville, down towards areas northwest of Corpus Christi there on I-37. We could have some light ice tonight with slick bridges, overpasses in spots, and maybe even some surface roads. First ice may start as soon as 5 or 6 p.m. and become more common 7, 8, 9 p.m. this evening through mid-morning Saturday when we rise above freezing. It's something we're going to keep an eye on. As we go on to the longer-range American weather model, the global forecast system, you can see most precipitation will exit Texas east into Louisiana late Saturday into Sunday morning. As that occurs, well, Sunday into Monday, Tuesday, guess what? We're going to start a pretty quick warm-up across Texas with nothing really impactful precipitation-wise expected for much of the upcoming week. Next chance of rain, maybe Friday. But until then, as you can see, we're going to be pretty much sunny. Monday, Tuesday. We'll see some increasing clouds at times on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But guess what? We're looking warm. We're not looking at any sort of significant cold front activity. Temperatures above average, spring-like, with below average chances for rain. So, in contrast to this week's cold weather, very cold weather, next week is going to be quite warm. Welcome to the temperature roller coaster of late winter here in the state of Texas, right? So after the clear indication here is after, well, tonight, Saturday, and Sunday morning, we're going to be pretty much rain-free through at least Friday, maybe a bit longer. Here's the forecast rain totals pretty much for the next week. So tonight, tomorrow, into Saturday, Sunday mornings. We're looking at maybe 1 to 1.5 inches of rain. Southeast Texas, the upper Texas Gulf Coast, the Golden Triangle, into southern Louisiana. Maybe a half inch of rain. Victoria up to College Station, Lufkin, Point South, and then maybe 1/10 of an inch of rain, if that, from McAllen to San Antonio to Austin to Corsicana over to Tyler to Shreveport, Louisiana, Point South. Everyone northwest of that line. So pretty much, what? The northwestern 75% of Texas, not a thing for the next week, is what it's looking like right now. And that could be 8 to 9 days. So, with that in mind, something we haven't had to talk about the last few days, wildfire danger. Today and tomorrow, things look to remain quiet. Low fire danger across the state of Texas, according to the Texas A&M Forest Service. Beginning Sunday, we're going to return to a more active fire weather pattern across the western third of Texas, the borderland, Trans-Pecos, the Big Bend, Davis-Guadalupe Mounds, into the Permian Basin, West Texas, the Panhandle. Fire danger returns to moderate to high. And the forecast for next week, I do believe we're probably going to see an expansion of this back farther to the east. And we're probably going to see an uptick in initial attack activity, especially across the western half of Texas, where it's drier than a popcorn fart. And it's also going to be quite warm and windy next week. Pretty good conditions for fire spread. Here's high temperatures over the next 5 days. Today, well, guess what? It's chilly. Most of us, if not nearly all of Texas, will get above freezing this afternoon. Not by much, but we will. Highs generally in the mid-30s. South Texas, Central Texas, the Hill Country, North Texas, Texoma, Northwest Texas, West Texas. Highs generally a few degrees above freezing. You can see everyone else, we're pretty much going to be either in the upper 30s to low to mid-40s. Even the Rio Grande Valley, it's 48 this afternoon. Pretty chilly for y'all. In contrast, if you're in El Paso, today's high temperature, 61 degrees. Same with the far southwestern Big Bend. Going into tomorrow, you can see where we're going to have that rain activity. That's where temperatures will be coldest tomorrow. Highs only in the low to mid-40s. Central Texas, the Brazos Valley, Southeast Texas, the Coastal Plains, South Texas, the Hill Country. But again, still safely above freezing after mid-morning Saturday. So it's going to be cold, it's going to be wet, but the ice is going to go away by late morning tomorrow. And that'll be an end to that. Western third to western 30% of Texas, where rain chances are lower, we may see some clearing. Highs rebound, 50s. We may even see a 60 degree or two on the borderland, far west Texas, down to the Big Bend. Significant warm-up begins Sunday. Highs western half of the state, we're back in the 60s and 70s. Yes, sir, Bob. 75 in El Paso, 69 Lubbock, 64 in Amarillo, Pampa, Canadian, Perryton, we're looking at 69 in Lubbock, 70 Midland, Odessa, Abilene, San Angelo, 73 in Del Rio, 62 DFW, Austin, 64 San Antonio, Still a bit cooler the eastern quarter of Texas, where some of the residual rain and cloud cover from a Sunday morning will keep things a bit cooler with highs in the 50s. Now, here's Monday. Guess what? Highs 70s and 80s statewide. We're just going from one side of the weather spectrum to another. We're going from pretty cold to pretty warm for February. And yes, so 70s and 80s return on Monday. And guess what? Tuesday, upper 70s and 80s across a majority of Texas, 60s to low 70s in the Panhandle, West Texas. We're just going to be able to put the winter stuff away for a little while and bring out the shorts, bathing suits, tank tops, t-shirts, etc. So, isn't that nice? And again, dry weather most of next week. The Long Range Climate Prediction Center temperature outlook, February 26th through the 2nd of March. Above average temperatures likely across the western two-thirds of the continental United States. And a wee bit of precipitation across the southwestern half of Texas. It looks like maybe above average chances, especially as we get towards next weekend, it appears. Otherwise, we'll just have to wait and see. So again, we're going to get to enjoy a period of drier weather, less active weather, warm weather, with maybe a swing towards the active side next weekend. So, big issue. It's going to be the short term. That's going to be this afternoon, tonight, into Saturday morning, with the potential for ice across parts of South Texas, South Central Texas, the Hill Country, Central Texas, the Brazos Valley, maybe even the northwestern coastal plains, San Antonio, Austin, College Station, Kerrville. Could have some issues tonight with ice on bridges, overpasses, and some untreated surface roads. But guess what? Well, all we can do is keep an eye on it, and that's what we're going to do. Not a major ice storm, not anywhere near the amount of ice we need to see to bring down trees and power lines, so we're not doing that again. This is a minor event with impacts to travel possible tonight into Saturday morning, clearing up late Saturday morning as temperatures rise safely above freezing. It is Friday, though, so it's time to give a shout-out to our Spinny Doomers here on the Texas Weather Center YouTube channel. We want to thank y'all for being members, and we want to thank our Spinny Doomer members as well. So, thank you to Anthony R. Pelosi. Thanks for being a Spinny Doomer here on the Texas Weather Center. Ryan Tucker. Thanks for being a Spinny Doomer here on the Texas Weather Center and a sponsor. r/Tornado Chats. Thank you for being a Spinny Doomers here on the Texas Weather Center. Love, live, laugh. Thanks for being a Spinny Doomer here on the Texas Weather Center. Paranoid Pocho. Thank you for being a Spinny Doomers here on the Texas Weather Center. Tomas Camachio. Thank you for being a Spinny Doomers here on the Texas Weather Center. Jen Kim. Thank you for being a Spinny Doomers here on the Texas Weather Center. Justin S. Thank you for being a Spinny Doomers here on the Texas Weather Center. Tanya McGee, thanks for being a Spinny Doomers here on the Texas Weather Center. J.A., thanks for being a Spinny Doomers here on the Texas Weather Center. S.O.O. Patique, thank you for being a Spinny Doomers here on the Texas Weather Center. Samantha Dolson, thanks for being a Spinny Doomers here on the Texas Weather Center. And Nancy Rosenberg, thank you for joining us last week and becoming a Spinny Doomers here on the Texas Weather Center. So, again, outside of the concern for ice tonight, some issue with rain in southeast Texas tomorrow into Sunday morning. Next week is looking mostly quiet and warm across the state of Texas. We'll be keeping a close eye on the chance for ice later today into tonight. If needed, we'll have another video update out later this afternoon around dinner time perhaps, and we'll have frequent updates on the Texas Storm Chaser social media channels. As always, we appreciate y'all watching, and we'll talk to you later. Have a great Friday. Hang on, the warm weather's almost back. God bless.